Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, as many of you do know, I had surgery 2 weeks ago, and I had an incident 2 days ago now that caused me to start seeing some swelling and some blood filling in my knee. And so since then, I have just been in bed, elevating it and making sure it's getting the rest that it needs. So of course, that's the reason I'm not on camera today. But with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's talk about some ADA. Let's see what all this thing is doing and what I'm expecting to see in the short term and the midterm, of course, and talk about some price targets, breakouts, and all that good stuff. So what we're seeing at the moment is, of course, this consolidational period in which we're in a wedge. And I mean, we've been seeing this entire move up, right? We'll go up. This first time we set this descending wedge, which is typically a continuation pattern. We ran into our support levels, boom, explosion back up, started to slow down back into another bit of a triangle here, symmetrical triangle, boom, until we broke out the downside, set this bullish pennant, broke our breakout target from this bullish pennant, which was right here, and now we have entered into another consolidational period, which is great because these little consolidational moments where we start to see little things like this just allows the RSIs, it allows the buyers themselves, it allows everyone to just take a second to cool down, and then allows us to continue back forward. Whereas you don't necessarily like to see things like this, right, where you're just going up and you're smashing it, but then you're falling all the way back down, because these eventually will turn into blow off tops in which you just see a big crash all the way down. So whenever we're falling, we're seeing stuff like this and then a little consolidation. That's a great sign. That's a healthy move up, and I love to see it. So let's talk about what we were about to see, what we can expect to see, breakout targets, and more. Well, at the moment, of course, we are starting to set this bullish pennant or the symmetrical triangle, depending on, of course, the way you look at it. Now, what I'm expecting to see, personally, is it does look like we're, of course, going to see a breakout pretty soon here. We have this 50 EMA on the hourly pushing its way up, and we have this 20 EMA right here. It'll likely cause some type of squeeze that'll push us out down to the downside or down to the upside, maybe even by the time this video goes live. So let's talk about both scenarios, what we can expect, what we're looking for, and when some great buying opportunities could be, of course, if you are looking to buy, increase your position, start a short-term trade, or something of that nature. So of course, whenever we do see these formations here, what we're looking for is, again, the breakout of this top leg here. But it's not just that simple. What I'm looking for as well is that we can clear our 786 off of this swing high, swing low to ensure that we're not looking at a throwback into the apex. Now, what I mean by that is when we set our swing high down to our swing low, right here, boom, it's also going to create this region, the 786 to the 618. Now, if you've been on the channel, you know that this is going to dictate retracement versus reversal. Retracement versus reversal. Okay, and so we're looking to see us clear this zone. We're looking to see us clear this 786. So at the moment, if we see a breakout here, don't get too excited just yet until we clear $2.54, because the reason I say that is there's still always that chance that we do go up, we find some resistance, we get a throwback into the apex, which causes us to lose support and continue downward, and that's not what we want to see. So I'm looking for us to clear not only this trend line, clear $2.54, and if we're able to do that, my next price target is going to be $2.62 to $2.68. I think we can execute on this 1.272, but since we will be in price discovery, we just need to pay attention and learn how we're going to start to react off these Fibonacci extensions in price discovery itself without that all-time high resistance pushing down on us anymore. And so with that being said, of course, that's what I'm looking for. Again, a great buying opportunity would be if we could break through and even establish some support on $2.54 to possibly see a nice little gain to the upside of maybe about 6 or 7%, or simply if you're just looking to increase your position, that could be a justifiable buy there. So now let's talk about to the downside. Where could this thing fall to, and what could we expect to see in terms of support? Well, of course, we've been seeing a very similar setup and very similar patterns this entire way up, right? We've been seeing these big swing ups to these drops, swing up to a drop, swing up to a drop. Very healthy, right? Well, we can actually see this playing out between two divergences on the RSI. We're seeing a set of bearish divergences happen at the tops, and we're seeing hidden bullish divergence happening at the bottoms. Okay, we can go ahead and let's go from there to there, or simply, since we started here, let's just simply go there. Okay, and so we can see that we're having multiple instances of bearish divergence, which, as we can see, let's just jump onto a little chart here, which is going to be when you're setting higher highs on the price chart, but you're setting lower highs on your oscillator. So we're setting higher highs, lower highs. But then you look at hidden bullish divergence, you're setting higher lows on our price chart here, and we're setting lower lows on our oscillator, which is going to be our RSI. And so you can see on our price, we're setting higher lows and lower lows. So whenever we're seeing topside, when we're getting to the top, we're running into bearish divergence, which is causing us to fall back down. And then as we do set these lower lows, we're seeing hidden bullish divergence, which is pushing us right back up. And it's creating this really fun little pattern that will eventually be broken, but we'll look for it still this time. And now, not only that though, we're still also looking at these Fibonacci retracement levels interacting with our EMAs. So as you can see, every single time that we're interacting with one of our EMAs, it's typically within our 382 to our 0.5 or our 618 to our 786. We come up from our swing low to our swing high, we draw that up, we come back down, retrace right to our 382 to our 0.5 range, interact with our 20 EMA on the 4 hour, and push back up. Well, this time around, what we did, we went up from the swing low all the way to the swing high. We tried to find that same level of support, but we were unable to do it. As you can clearly see, we just kind of crashed straight through our 20 EMA, which we could then expect, all right, time to retest to 50. We retested to 50, wicked into our 618, and then used that as support, established support on top of the 4 hour 50 EMA, and then boom, rocket fuel on our way up. So what we're looking for again is going to be a very, very similar pattern formation here. So all we're going to do is we're just going to go swing low to swing high, and we're going to look for this interaction. So as we can see, our 20 EMA on the 4 hour is already starting to push above our 0.382, which could be a good sign that we're just going to see a bit of a touch as we did here, right? We could definitely just look at a bit of a touch. So if you do kind of see this formation happen where we touch it, the next two candles are green and we start to set higher highs off of these previous highs, I would say that's definitely a good idea. That support has been established, could be a great buying opportunity. But definitely do look to see that if we lose this 20 EMA here, say we start to kind of crash below it, and it's not just a touch, right? We're not seeing just a touch. We're seeing something like this, where we're going up to it and we're going through it and we're can't close that high above it and we're still going down and the support's clearly just not being established. Start to look at that fall down to our 50 EMA, which could very likely at that time be an interaction with the 0.5 as well. I think if we are able to hold some support there, that could definitely be enough. And then of course we're looking to see upward potential. So if we do lose this 20 EMA and we fall back around or below $2.22, but we then go back to recapture $2.30, that could be a great buying opportunity as well, just to say that probably some support has been established here. Maybe a good buying opportunity there. Now, if you want to play it even more safe, what you can do is wait for the breakout to the upside on the Fibonacci retracement levels, even as we do start to fall. Now, what I mean by that is if the price did something like this, establishment of support on the 50 EMA, continuation upward, what you can do is go swing high to swing low and wait for that breakout right over here. In our example here, it is going to be right around $2.50. So what you would be looking to see is boom, it comes back down, it sets that support there, and we watch it set support, but you want to make sure that we're not, just having a big dead cat bounce or some type of retracement and we continue downward. I would be looking to see, can we clear 250 and hold it? And then boom, buying opportunity. Now we're going up, and in this example we expect maybe about $2.81. So overall, that's what I'm looking for. It's another great sign, great sign if when this happens that on the RSI we see something like this too. This is more confirmation that we come back down and off of this previous low that we set. Remember, previous lows here, that in this midterm, that if we come back down and we establish a lower low, that's going to be even more another confirmation of our hidden bullish divergence in which we were seeing lower lows on the oscillator, higher lows on the price, which would be exactly what that is. That could be another great sign that we are going to be able to see some upward momentum there. So pay attention to these things. Of course, look for your breakout targets to the breakout points to the upside, and look for your breakout points to the downside. Simply just looking for our support to be held on our 20 or our 50. And if we lose both of those and continue downwards, I will make a video as soon as I possibly can. But as we have been in this uptrend, that's the pattern, and that's what we're looking for until the pattern gets broken. So again, I will update you guys as soon as I possibly can. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Of course, if you did, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace.